Hey, it's T.O. here. This is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm telling you what we're cooking. We got this 15-pound prime beef sirloin roast. It is going to be so good. And we're smoking. So this roast we took directly out of the cryovac, and we're really not concerned about doing a lot of trimming. What we are going to do is we're going to checkerboard this thing all the way across. What that's going to allow us to do is going to allow our seasonings to go in up underneath that fat. Doesn't have to be deep. You just want to cut in there. Just make certain you're getting through that fat, and that fat will just disintegrate almost. It'll make a good bark, is what it'll do. That's, I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing this other side. You know, with a great piece of meat, especially a prime piece of meat, it doesn't take a lot of seasoning. Pepper, a little garlic salt, and we love rosemary chopped up, and we grow this right outside in our herb garden. And you'll see we're just stripping these leaves right off. Just right off. Getting it off that hard. Stem's a little harder, even though these stems are very, very soft. We've got enough that we don't need them. And then we're going to just get that out of the way. And then we're going to chop this rosemary up fine. So then we're going to take this rosemary over here, and we're going to start sprinkling it all over. Just all over. And rub it into those crevices that we cut. And then before I turn it, we're going to give it this side a hefty shot of good black pepper, and we'll pound that in here in just a minute. And understand, this is garlic salt that's going on the outside, so those y'all saying, oh my gosh, there's a lot of salt, it really isn't. We're making a bark. And it's a big piece of meat. It's 15 pounds of meat. You know, it takes quite a bit of seasoning to do that. This bark will seal in all that good flavor. And that's what we want. That's what we want. And there we are. It's ready to go to the fire. Here's that 15-pound prime sirloin roast. It's ready to go into the fire. First thing we want to do is we want to make certain that we stick this right down into the thickest meat. We're going to cook this to 123 degrees. When that probe says it's 123 degrees, it's coming off. And we're ready to go in. Let's open her up. The stove's at 235, just perfect. Oh my goodness, look at that. Heaven can play. Well, about 3.5 to 4 hours, we should have the perfect piece of meat. We're back. This prime sirloin roast has gotten to 128 degrees, and it's time to take it off. You're going to say, hey, T.O., that's a little low. Well, you got to understand, a big piece of meat like this is going to continue to cook. We're going to pull it off. We're going to loosely wrap it in foil, and we're going to let it sit for about 70 minutes before we ever put the first knife to it. Let's see what we got. Oh my. Look at that. Look at that bark. Ooh, and there we are. Well, we got this bad boy in here. Let's put it to the test and see how good we did. That's on that outer edge there. You know it's going to be a little more done. Holy cow. Look at that. We let this thing rest for about 70 minutes. And I'm going to tell you, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I've just got to have a little taste right there. Oh my gosh. Just like heaven. There it is. We've done it. You all have a great rest of your holiday weekend.